First, out of the right corner, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 155 pounds. He's a blue belt representing Denmark. In second, 8-ounce appearance. Please welcome Ed Breeze and pointing out the blue corner. Representing Open Source. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 160 pounds. And his first in appearance, please welcome Jacob March.
All right, Jacob March looking super swagged out in the American Murder Pajamas kit there, cyberpunk style.
I like that.
Look, representing Open Source, our good buddies up in Asheville, and Eddie Khamis, the Prince, a game MMA fighter. I've been following this guy's MMA career for a while, commentated many of his MMA fights. He's going to be fighting Aaron Castro in a rematch, his professional debut on September 14th for Fight For It. But tonight, he's got to get through Jacob March first. And this is a guy who can wrestle and definitely has strong top control, back control, head and arm game. A very traditional top game from Eddie Khamis in the no-gi.
You know, and in a world where sometimes it's hard for fighters to get fights and be active, it's a great way to stay active by entering stuff like this. You know, you got a fight coming up. This is a great way to kind of simulate that fight preparation.
Yeah, you're about a month out from your fight here, so it's like we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of camp and the weight cut. It's a good simulator. Where are you at in a real life scenario where the risk of injury is pretty minimal there, but minimal, especially if you're taking care of yourself.
Yep.
Jacob March with the guard pull. He's working. Looks like he's trying to hook the leg and enter some kind of K-guard entry, and that's been very popular lately with the no-gi guys.
Yeah, a lot of that K-guard you'll see comes from the posture. They attack the head.
Little rubber guard set up here for March.
Rubber guard. If Khamis goes to posture out of this, I think that's when you'll see the K-guard go underneath.
Yeah, sometimes
but he's hunting the head.
Yeah, he's going for this body lock now, and the body lock pass also has been a very thematic, popular thing in no-gi jiu-jitsu the past couple of years, and you know you got to have a response ready for that. And it looks like March is going to re-enter the wrestling realm with Khamis. Here for the knee pick there. Big double from Khamis, and he's going to finish strong with the hips.
I love the way he turned his hips on that double.
Yeah, it's almost like he was waiting for the flexation from March to try to bump him over, and now he's on a front head attack. We can't see from this angle because we're at their back, but it does look like he has a look at some kind of darce or some kind of front headlock technique.
Now he's just going to run pressure in this front headlock. Great spot to attack here. Great spot to also take the back. Let's see what he does with it.
And how often when you watch jiu-jitsu is a guy just, oh, Jacob March with a big triangle attack there. But I was going to say, how often when you watch no-gi jiu-jitsu and the guy gets there in the front headlock, does he just stay on his knees? And he's squeezing for sure. But it's very rare that you see the guy go up on the tripod, start putting the pressure on the correct way, the way we'd like to see.
Yeah, I think you should really make the guy wear it on the front headlock. You know, you really want to put pressure on him so he's thinking about that and not the choke you're about to hit him with.
Or, you know, it makes him feel like he can't just stand back up.
Absolutely. March looking for any kind of tie he can get here. Khamis is playing pretty cagey, breaking the grips.
Yeah, I think March kind of detects that his best chance, you see him looking at the clock now, his best shot at a finish is a sweep or something from the bottom, and now we see him working a knee shield here with the leg attack and the forearm attack. Seems to be his high priority here.
Well, and it seems to me, you know, Khamis is definitely game, but he's not had a ton of offensive attacks, and I think if March was smart here, he would run some attacks off bottom. I feel like he could win off his back if he would run some attacks, but just pulling rubber guard is not going to do it. You got to really put the guy in danger.
I think he has looked for that. Obviously, he looked for the triangle and he looked for the rubber guard setup, but it wasn't a great setup into the rubber guard. So I think Khamis has just had good posture, really, too. Khamis has not allowed his hands to be on the mat too much when he's been in the guard, and he's kept that head nice and managed.
You can see that March is trying to make connection and then pull guard, which is the only way you really want to pull guard, but he's having a lot of trouble. Khamis is smart with the underhooks and overhooks, keeping his arms inside.
And look at the head pressure. Look at where the head position is for Khamis always. His head's always kind of on level. It's never It's never above March's. And you got to give credit to March. You know, some of these look like, you know, half-hearted attempts, but he's just trying to work anything he can. And
Beautiful setup.
And you got to keep in mind, Khamis has got that. You can't afford to roll through that. You can't afford to take the risk. Jacob March gets it done, attacking from the bottom. The whole time we were talking about, you need to throw some attacks, you need to get aggressive. He does. He snatches that. I love that setup with the rear naked choke grip. I learned that from our boy Mike Powell many years ago, and it changed my ankle lock game forever. Still using it to this day.
Very, very impressed by how March continued to add more and more aggressiveness throughout the match, and I think that paid off.